Alright, hey YouTube, what's going on? Welcome to all the new subscribers again, I appreciate it. Um, Feel free to text comments and respond using videos, whatever you want to do. Um, I will say I've got a few interesting texts the last few days. And I didn't get as much comments on my video about euthanasia as I would have liked. I think I only got 3 comments. I've got a number of views, and that's fine. And it got 5-starred, but it sort of was disappointing because that was, I thought, one of my better videos as far as, talking from. Well, if you didn't watch the video, I had a guy in the neighborhood that I grew up in. One of the dads committed suicide. Um, but I didn't want to come off. I was going to read. I did get a nice note from someone whose family has experienced a suicide in it, and he said that he really liked the video and that uh, it brought the fact that the person who was suffering took him or her's own life, actually brought the family closer together, and they're closer than ever. But I also wanted to bring this up. In no way did I want to uh, condone suicide for everybody. I guess that sounds sort of weird. I mean, what I was talking about when I said euthanasia and legalization of euthanasia was there are people out there who are suffering that cannot be helped, such as ALS, which is Lou Gehrig's disease, um, Alzheimer's, Alzheimer, and there was another one I was trying to think of that came to mind. Well, there are a number of them that uh, diseases that are pretty. A guy that I worked with who had to retire early came down with Huntington's disease, which is a neurological disease that your brain just eventually um, your nerves degenerate and your brain eventually you end up being in really bad shape. Um, and right now he's doing okay. He certainly couldn't work in the career I'm in anymore, and he's not like he was when he was younger, but he's surviving. And I wouldn't encourage him. I mean, he has a wife and kids. I wouldn't encourage him to do anything that he wouldn't want to do. But if he made the choice one day when life was just no longer, the quality of life was no longer there, and he decided that one day he wanted to go and at a time of his choosing, go and end his life when he still had dignity, I would support him 100%. Now, that being said, I will say this. Listen, I have 2 kids. I have a father. I have a mother. I have sisters. Um, if they made that choice, or if I had to make that choice, or just say my kid one day made that choice, if he had some kind of uh, horrible disorder, and he came to me and said, while I still have quality of life, I'm gonna live, but if it comes down to it, I don't want to live anymore. Yeah, would it be hard? Certainly, it would be hard. It'd be really hard. But then that's not my choice to make, is it? The people that get left behind, of course, suffer. But when you think about it, when you think about what these people who have these horrible ailments, what they eventually become is no longer the person that they were. And certainly I would never want to see a loved one of mine suffer any longer than they choose to. Um, in a case of like Huntington's disease or ALS, I wouldn't want to sit there just for my well-being, just because I'm going to miss them, just because I'm going to be in tremendous amount of sorrow and pain. I would much rather them be out of pain and me be in pain. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. I'll sacrifice, and I guess that's my whole thing with euthanasia. I think that it has its place. Certainly, like I said in my last video, I don't think that uh, because you may be have some kind of depression that can be solved with medication, or things that can be solved with medication to make your quality of life better, I don't think that that is the right decision to make. But for all these horrible afflictions that have no cure, absolutely no cure, there is no hope, you're going to degenerate, you are going to die, and I think they should have a choice. I guess that's my whole thing on euthanasia. And I want to bring up that Terry Schiavo thing. She was brain dead, and for whatever reason, the parents believed that there was still life there. And I think a lot of that, and I don't want to put myself in their place. I'm just assuming here that they didn't want to let go. And there was some religious craziness going along with that too. So, So anyway, okay, now I'm going to go to my next subject, which is the vice president nominee, Governor Palin. I watched her speech. I watched McCain's speech too. But, I want to talk about her because I watched her speech. And this is what I don't get. First of all, I'm sure there's plenty of people out there that thought it was great, that the speech was great. Now, I've heard it about 3 times as she's stomping around the Midwest, and it's sort of old. But we're going to go over some things here anyway. Let's just talk. First of all, let's just pick apart some of the things that's out there. She didn't sell the governor's plane on eBay. She tried to sell the governor's plane on eBay. Now they're going ahead and they're saying that she sold it on eBay, and it's not true. And she didn't make a profit, like it's being that they try to come off like they made a profit and saved the taxpayers dollars. That's just not true. They took a loss. So yeah. So that's just a couple of things I want to get straight about the speech. About some of the things in the speech, but the thing that bothers me, it's not even the trying to say things that aren't true, trying to embellish. That doesn't really bother me that much. The thing that bothers me is her stance. No abortions whatsoever. The mother's life's in danger, too bad. Rape, too bad. And then there's the thing on no sex education in school, or how about no preventative, I'd like to call it preventative maintenance, no talk of prevention, no prevention taught in school, which is ironic because obviously she didn't teach her own daughter prevention. And then that's something else that I want to talk about. The fact that I'm not saying they're forcing their daughter to get married to this self-proclaimed redneck who will kick your fucking ass, as he said on MySpace. But that is a disaster waiting to happen. That is a divorce waiting to happen. Nobody at that age should get married, and definitely not under the circumstances, they're having a baby. So I don't know. I guess what bothers me is she has all these right-wing stance. No abortion, no stem cell research, no talk of prevention in school. They want to teach creationism or intelligent design. And this is the same old tricks that Bush pulled. That's how he got elected. You can say fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me. Well, they got fooled twice with Bush, these evangelicals, and they're about to get fooled with this Palin. Because ain't nothing going to change. They're going to get elected and nothing's going to change. Those issues that they want changed are not going to change. At least that's in my opinion. I'm running out of time. But yeah, there was quite a few things that she stands for that just sort of make me a little bit sick. And they're just dumb. Like the whole thing of not teaching prevention in school is just dumb. Yeah, it's just dumb. And then these are the women, these right-wing conservative nut jobs that are telling people about family values and they're running away from their family. They're running away from their responsibility. This lady has like 5 kids. One of them's Down syndrome baby girl, and they all have horrible names. Just horrible names, but that's the sidebar. Yeah, and what is she doing? She's running for vice president. Well, first she ran for governor and won, and now she's running for vice president. So, you know, telling people to stay at home and family values, it's pretty ironic because, you know, she's a working woman, and she's going to be a lot busier if she gets to be vice president. She's not going to have time to take care of her kids, especially not a disabled kid or a special needs kid, which you need a lot of time. So where's she going to find the time, especially if McCain has a grabber and then she's president? All right, well, let me get out of here. I'm running out of time. Peace.